Yeah. I mean, it's a part of
ESPN fires him.
It sucks.
While he on the air.
So no, he was supposed to get fired the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but then it got leaked. It got leaked on Outkick, which is a MAGA. I would say MAGA. I say conservative sports site.
Yeah.
And they basically was like, but the thing was that somebody from ESPN leaked it to Outkick. Yeah. So they was like, oh, so y'all playing messy. That'd be like me being at the network and I leaked that Doja ain't gonna be here no more.
Yeah.
And it's only 2-3 niggas that know that fucking Doja ain't gonna be here no more.
Yeah.
Doja, I mean, sorry.
So we were using an example.
Ryan Clark was not only on the air still, he was going to be on the air several more hours throughout that day.
Yeah. And
he found out on the air.
Yeah.
His phone started going off.
And they said like
they took a long break. He was trying to find out.
He asked them like, "Y'all want me to come back on?" Or what? He was like, "No, I think we should."
It's gonna be awkward. We don't know. I hate to say it.
And you don't know what the nigga.
The leash is off. We don't know what the fuck you finna say.
Because I know I might do some wild shit.
And I know
I might come back from break also with a motherfucking bandana on.
But the other thing is too, like they still have to pay him for this year. So like I think the other thing was like I'm sure Brian Clark of his background would probably wouldn't I ain't gonna put my y'all fire me.
They're gonna have to pay. They
were gone.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You fired me,
especially after
you just don't want me to get me back on there to be able to say whatever the fuck I want to say.
After he went on his podcast, The Pivot, and discussed how he felt like he couldn't be himself sometimes, or he may have diminished himself to make other people feel comfortable. I'm sure if you, I know I'm fired. I ain't diminishing a goddamn thing. I'm about to wild the fuck out. Mm-hmm. Respectfully. Like I'm not gonna.
You gonna come back on with the wave cap on, line up. What's up, y'all?
I don't think Ryan Clark's that type of guy. I don't think he's that type of guy.
I'm just saying, light a Cuban cigar.
But I just feel like, and to a certain extent, I get it.
It happens every year.
I work in a occupation or where that is predominantly white for the most part. And I do code switch. I'm not going to pretend like I don't. I do have to code switch. I do have to kind of limit my blackness a bit sometimes to not make not just white people but even women not feel that I'm aggressive or that I'm too passionate or whatever. So I get that. I couldn't imagine having to do that on TV when someone who might not be as good at a sport or doesn't know anything about a sport is trying to tell you something that you just know is fundamentally wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I couldn't imagine, in my occupation, we all have been doing that for a while. So that's different. But that would be like me working in finance, but going to somebody that's like a carpenter and being like, them lines not straight. Like, what the fuck you doing? You ain't cut that right.
Yeah.
So, I know he had to. And then also with things being not as ESPN and all these stations were very pro-black for a while. And then because of Trump and MAGA and woke and DEI and all that, they've grown more conservative in the last, few years.
Yeah.
So I know the limitations that were placed on him probably hurt. But he's trying to provide for his family. He ain't trying to sell out, but he's trying to provide for his family. He's trying to make sure, he doesn't sell his soul, but it's a company you work for. Mm-hmm. There are things at the company I work for I don't necessarily agree with. Mm-hmm. I try to navigate and help people not deal with those things.
Yeah.
But I cannot be like, hey, because I could be fired. And I hate to say it, I have a child, I got family I have to take care of, I got shit going on.
Yeah.
So I just felt really bad watching him on his podcast because, he was crying and, he was telling the story. And I can relate to that on a human level because I don't work in a situation that's for the culture per se, or that I can be my true authentic self. Yeah. I can be a piece of myself because yes, I'm educated and I'm good at my job. I know what the fuck I'm doing, but when I'm dealing with certain clients, I gotta preface, or not even that, limit how I say things. I gotta mute myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely was awkward that because they had him slated to cover obviously the start of the NFL season, the Super Bowl.
He's one of the best people that he got an Emmy, I think.
I think also it was more so. I don't know if it was more so with the money he was making, or if it was they named certain situations. They being obviously social media name certain situations where his interactions with his
peers,
co-peers, whatever, were like kind of like, okay, well, we can't, we can't have that, whatever. But my thing is that I've never, even with the times that I've watched Ryan Clark and the debates or whatever, like. It's never been a scenario where he got out of pocket, I feel like, or got out of body.
I've never seen a situation.
To talk down to somebody, if anything, to either correct them or just be like, nah, look, you're talking about it this way. What you mean is talking about it this way. But, I mean, he's got to follow it. Like, that's not his only check. So, I'm sure you miss a check, you miss a check.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
But ESPN they got Jamel Hill out of there, not too long ago. Kerry Champion ended up leaving.
They got a bunch of people.
What's his name? Mike Smith. He was on him and Jamel.
Was on it together.
So as culture has become, and I hate saying anti-woke because they kind of co-opted that word and made it mean something it's not. As TV and things have gotten more conservative, those black voices are being muted or policed more. And they're trying to say because they bought NFL Network and ESPN have merged together, so they have to honor those contracts. But I think Ryan Clark was one of the better commentators that they had between NFL Network and ESPN. So I was watching what's his name, Mark Lamont Hill. I was watching Joe Budden's podcast and he was like, if you can't control somebody, you can only control them so much. You're gonna get rid of them. And as much as we say we're not gonna watch ESPN no more, or I fuck with this, I fuck with that. I don't watch First Take and shit no more for real because I got a day job. I'm at work. But if a game comes on ESPN, I'll still watch it.
I mean, but ESPN banks on you. They want you to watch those other shows more. Everybody watches the live shit. Yeah, they don't make the money off. They make the money off of the debate shows.
The side shows.
Yeah, everybody watches anybody. CBS can go get that contract.
I know, but I'm just saying.
And run the football or basketball.
Because I kind of stopped fucking with ESPN after the Jamel Hill and Michael Smith.
When how they played them on
how they played them. So I just kind of I was kind of. It's not the same. I don't watch SportsCenter anymore. I get my shit through. I got apps now. My phone just let me know automatically. I got a Roku. That shit let me know with all kinds of stores or whatever's going on. So it's just I feel bad because of people like Stuart Scott and how much I used to love ESPN. And I tried to watch Fox Sports, but then that shit got extra moggy, and I was just like, there's really nothing that. I wish BET had a sports show that I really could, tap
They used to have BET Sports. They used to have a BET show.
Yeah, I wish it was.
It was Mass Sports.
But that's not even owned by us anymore. Yeah. So, I watch Cameron's podcast to get the shit, or I watch Gilly because he talks about sports sometimes. But dealing with cable TV or dealing with these corporations, things have swung more conservative. We had that run with Black Lives Matter and all that when Obama was in office, where things were a little bit more. You can kind of have a little bit more, a little more flavor, a little more seasoning. But things got real unseasoned here recently.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what it is. Unseasoned. Nolan Wells, man. Situation with Nolan Wells, a brother in Mississippi.
That's wild.
That is, we don't know what happened to him. I'm going to go with you first, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a reality that you can't. You
don't have to.
I don't really know what else to say other than just everything is pretty much plain as day. Yes, he fell in the water. Yes, even if he drowned, there's still so many questions that how did he get inside the water when y'all were all on a boat? There's way too many questions. Not to mention,
why would y'all lie? So he's selling the island.
Yeah, not to mention there's no accountability for these white kids that were around him. There's so many different audios, all these different camera angles. It's just not no. And it reminds me of why even when now my son he wanted to go to a sleepover at one of his friend's house, and the friend's house is white. And I remember it was six white kids, right? And, he was over there playing. I said, I'm gonna come over and pick you up. And, I was going to pick him up, and there was, he was upset that he had to leave, but there was another black dad in the driveway. When I pulled up, he's like, hey, he's like, you gonna pick up now? I was like, yeah. He's like, man, the only reason I was gonna let him stay if now I was gonna be there. I said,
we finna leave too.
Yeah, now I'm not staying here for no, absolutely not.
No.
It's too many questions around, trusting that. And I mean, again, going back on the Wells though, it's just too many questions that have not been answered. And it's like everything is plain as day. You got this audio, right? That this no matter what part of it you
Shout
hear.
out to Nancy Grace, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
ain't Nancy Grace been on that shit, bro.
You hear him saying, "Ask for his phone back." You delete pictures out of his phone. Like, it's too much, bro. Like, y'all know y'all did something, right? To the extent of this man not being able to come home, and then there's no accountability for which is sad.
I've been a teenager, and we've done some shit we probably shouldn't have been doing, and you don't want to tell nobody. I ain't never had nobody die, and not want to tell. Like that's a lot. Also, I can speak of it as a parent, but also I was a
clip you just saw. Please tap in and check out Just Posted. We just kicking, talking that good shit, and we fuck with y'all, man. Y'all be easy.